And an Irishman has a spirit that cannot, I mean, the Maoris, you know, we can liken them to the Maroons, the Jamaicans. They are a special people. I'm not bumping them up, I'm not Irish. I'm just saying my observations of the spirit of this people. They are amazing. So I'm not talking about Conor McGregor. I'm not talking about an MMA fighter. I'm talking about an Irishman. An Irishman is always to be respected.
It's the government that's allowing this illegal, unvetted ideologies that come here that are very different from the way that we live, and it's not safe for women and children, as we've seen in the UK, in Germany, in Sweden, in Ireland, everywhere.
I've been hearing this phrase, Ireland is full. What does that mean in a sense?
It means that, so when we say we're full, it's that our services are full, our hospitals are full, our schools are full. Some of our children couldn't get places in school this year.
My own child in his own local school, there's only one mixed school, say, and he didn't want to go to all-male school.
Sure.
And I was told that there's only so many spaces, and first of all, diversity kids have to be picked, then the Ukrainian children will be picked, and then the local Irish children whose parents were born and reared, and probably their uncles, their brothers, their sisters went to this school.
Yeah.
Over generations are put into a lottery system for the remaining places. The integration was working, but what's happening now is that there are children in schools in Dublin, Irish children in schools, who feel like they are the odd one out in their class.
Right.
They're being told that they're not allowed to practice communion or confirmation, which has been a tradition in this country. I myself took my son out of Catholic religion because I don't. But I also told my son it's part and parcel of our culture, and that must be respected, which it is not.
Kind of beggars belief that there's a housing crisis in this country. This is like literally a whole other postcode that's just got just about to get the finishing touches put on it up in Dublin 22 Clondalkin. Irish need not apply. I walked through that estate a couple of times there and couldn't really understand the language that was being spoken on most of the roads. Like, no Irish national should be without a home. Like, just shouldn't be. Like, I think it's actually in the Constitution, the real one, the 1937 Bunnock, not that blue rag that they're all focused on these days. That is not a legal document, that blue rag that they're using as a constitution. Anyway, Éireann go bra.
Ministers warn of significant costs of immigration plans. Absolute disaster awaits this country. I tried to warn you. Absolute disaster. This infographic by The Times and the Sunday Times is being circulated. So 640 staff would be needed if 18,000 asylum seekers arrive. And you can see at the top there, they're predicting 10 to 24,000 a year. I believe it's per year anyway, don't quote me on that. 136 million euros for the higher level of staffing required. 875 million the cost just to set up the state-owned accommodation centres. State-owned, private-owned. 725 million, the projected annual cost of running the centres. And this is projected. So you might as well X1, X2, X3 if it's the government, man. 15.4 million projected cost of setting up new IT systems. 122,000 the current cost of putting an applicant through the system for 29 months. So this is what I'm trying to get through to people, alright? Yeah, we're not making it about the people coming here. This is all the government. And no one signed up to this. And all the talk is about tariffs. Like I said, 725 million a year. That's starting. That's probably a conservative estimate. So we're going to be paying billions of euros a year just to keep this system afloat. I just can't put it. I can't put it into words how much trouble we are in, because if the economy goes down the drain, and we have to prop this system up on top of a broken economy, disaster. And this is the government talk now. Majority of, you just read it yourself. This isn't about being against anyone or this or that. It's just about looking at this in a sober manner. And it is jarring where we are going. All the politics, stop making about the people on the bottom. Fight the people on the top. This is the people on the top. This is their system. Do people not realise?
The last time I was in Ireland, the prices of stuff were not as expensive as this. I'm outside a Spar in Dublin. Let me show you some of the prices of these items. So for a small bag of M&Ms, €4.29. That's about £3.70. For a can of Red Bull, a big can of Red Bull, €4. Like, can someone please tell me, why is the prices in Dublin and in Ireland and the north of Ireland, why are they so expensive? Like, it's coming to the stage where people are finding it so difficult to survive, and they're literally working just to try and survive. It's crazy. It is not right, and it's definitely not fair. For some Kellogg's Rice Krispie cereal, nearly €7. Okay, and just for 2 litres of milk, €2.39. Like, this has to be an absolute piss take. For a loaf of bread, look at the price of this. €3 for a loaf of bread. I really have no words. Since I've been travelling around the world, it really goes to show me how extortionate the prices of stuff have really got in Ireland and Northern Ireland. It's madness, it really is. Let me know in the comments what you think about this.
Do you stay in the hotel?
No, I'm in Aerox Center now, but maybe after 1 month I'll go to a new home from County Council.
And full video is in a link in the comment section below. But a couple of takeaway points is, one, he is here 9 months. He is of the opinion that he will get a council house on the 10th month. He is receiving €500 per week of Irish taxpayers' hard-earned money. Hopefully in time as well he can bring more of his family members with him. He has informed us that he was brought to Ireland through Europe, through the UN and the UN workers is how we got here. So then you have to ask yourself the question of, why are they coming here? They're being guided here. There was a white paper published on direct provision not so long ago. In that white paper, it outlined all the benefits of the Irish welfare state to asylum seekers. I'd argue economic migrants, but to asylum seekers, that a couple of things that they would get would be access to a bank account, an Irish driving licence, couple of quid a week, free third level education, own door accommodation within 3 months, amongst other things as well. But all of that aside, how does an individual how does an individual like himself, a Syrian national coming from Jordan, travel through multiple countries, arrive in Ireland, and then 9 months later arrive at this conclusion?
I'm Irish now.
You wonder why people are coming in droves into Ireland? They actively post this on their social media for others to see.
Young Irish male raped by 2 non-nationals at the GPO. His name was Aaron McBride. He was just 19 years old. Vulnerable, kind, trusting. Aaron was heading home after a night out with friends when he was led into an alley just off O'Connell Street and raped by 2 men. Gardaí caught them in the act. A third man who was filming the attack escaped. CCTV confirmed everything. The 2 non-nationals were arrested and charged, but never named. Aaron survived, but the trauma shattered him. Panic attacks, fear. Aaron turned to medication to try cope. All the while, delay after delay in the court case. 2 years later, Aaron died of cardiac arrest. The case? Dropped. No trial. No justice. No outrage. His family turned to social media, as mainstream media stayed silent. How did two men caught in the act walk free? Aaron McBride was raped, Gardaí saw it, CCTV confirmed it, and Ireland let it slide. This is not justice. This is failure.
Amount of money they were offering. Well, I just couldn't believe that the government wanted to put, illegal migrants up in four-poster beds at Camelot Castle. I mean, it was absolutely remarkable. It would have destroyed the village because one of the things they said is to lay off all the staff. And all but two, because they do meals on wheels. You clean the rooms once a week.
You're probably a big employer in the village.
Well, a major employer in the village and locally. And of course, those jobs in a village like Tintagel, they wouldn't be replaced.
No.
So, but also they would have stacked the place up with about 300 people, and you then have those people wandering around the village. I don't know whether they intended to contain them or whether they would be allowed out and about. I know in other areas, certainly hotels in Newquay have had some serious problems because there were a few hotels that did take the migrants there.
Presumably people who stay at your hotel then spend their money in the village.
Well, of course they do. They do spend their money there, and it would have destroyed the local economy. It's hard to say how many hundreds of thousands of pounds our guests spend in the village, but certainly a fair amount. But it's also the cultural degradation that goes along with this.